You do it dozens of times without thinking. A business meeting, meeting your partner's parents, sealing a deal, that simple gesture where two palms meet and fingers wrap around each other. But have you ever stopped mid-handshake and wondered, why? Why do we grab each other's hands as a greeting? And here's the really fascinating part. The original reason might be way darker than you think. Today, we're diving deep into one of humanity's oldest gestures. And trust me, this story involves weapons, ancient warriors, and a desperate need to not get stabbed. Let's get into it. Picture this. You're living in ancient Greece around 5th century BCE. Life is tough. There's no law and order as we know it. Every stranger you meet could potentially be your last encounter. And here's the kicker. Almost everyone carries a weapon, usually in their right hand, because most people are right-handed. Now imagine you're walking down a dusty road, and you spot another traveler approaching. Your heart rate picks up. Friend or foe? This is literally a life or death question. So what do? You extend your right hand, your weapon hand, showing it's empty. The other person does the same. You clasp hands, and here's the crucial part. You shake them. Up and down, up and down. Why the shaking motion? To dislodge any hidden daggers or knives tucked up someone's sleeve. It's like an ancient weapons detector, except instead of beeping, you're vigorously shaking someone's arm hoping a blade doesn't fall out. Think about that. Every time you shake someone's hand at a networking event, you're unknowingly performing an ancient ritual that says, hey, I'm not going to murder you today. It's basically the Bronze Age equivalent of security pat-down, but way more socially acceptable. And there's actually archaeological evidence supporting this. Ancient Greek pottery and artwork from around 5th century BCE show warriors grasping each other's forearms or hands, and historians believe this was exactly what was happening, a mutual assurance of peaceful intent. But the handshake wasn't just about not getting stabbed. It evolved into something deeper, something more symbolic. In ancient Rome, the handshake became a sign of equality and trust in agreements. Here's where it gets interesting. The Romans had a specific type of handshake called the dextrum iunctio, literally the joining of right hands. This wasn't just for greeting strangers. It was used in marriage ceremonies, business contracts, and peace treaties. It was their way of saying, we're in this together. We're equals in this agreement. Think about what that means. In a world with emperors, slaves, patricians, and plebeians, rigid social hierarchies everywhere you looked, the handshake was this brief moment where two people acknowledge each other as equals. It didn't matter if you were shaking hands with a senator or a shopkeeper. In that moment, you were on level ground. Both parties had to extend their hands willingly. No one could force you into a handshake. This is why, even today, refusing to shake someone's hand is considered such a powerful statement. You're not just declining physical contact. You're rejecting the idea of equality, mutual respect, or agreement with that person. It carries weight. Now here's a plot twist. The handshake actually disappeared for centuries. During the medieval period in Europe, the handshake largely vanished from daily life. Why? Because feudalism created such extreme power imbalances that equality-based gestures didn't make sense anymore, and instead, you had bowing, curtsying, and genuflecting. Peasants didn't shake hands with lords. They knelt. The entire social structure was built on deference to those above you, not mutual respect between equals. But then came the Quakers in the 17th century. The Religious Society of Friends, as they called themselves, had this radical idea. All people are equal before God. Kings, commoners, everyone. And they needed a gesture that reflected this belief. So they revived the ancient handshake. For Quakers, the handshake was revolutionary. They refused to bow to nobility and instead offered their hand. Imagine the scandal. To aristocrats at the time, this was incredibly offensive. But the Quakers persisted, and slowly, the handshake began spreading again through society at the 19th century. As democratic ideals spread and social mobility increased, the handshake made a full comeback. It became the standard business greeting, the way to seal deals, and the universal gesture of meeting someone new. The gentleman's agreement wasn't worth anything unless sealed with a handshake. So what does a handshake mean today? It's evolved again, but those ancient meanings still echo through. A firm handshake supposedly shows confidence and trustworthiness. A weak one suggests the opposite. We still use handshakes to seal agreements, just like the Romans did. And yes, at its core, it's still a peaceful gesture, a reassurance that we come in good faith. The next time you extend your hand to someone, remember, You're participating in a ritual that's thousands of years old. You're saying, I'm unarmed, I see you as an equal, and I'm trustworthy. All of that packed into a simple gesture that lasts maybe 3 seconds. Pretty incredible for something we do without thinking, right? From ancient warriors checking for weapons to Quakers fighting for equality, the humble handshake has always been about more than just saying hello. It's been about survival, respect, and our fundamental human need to connect with one another. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And if you learned something new today, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating stories about everyday things we take for granted. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.